Yo, 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 what it is? We is back, baby. And yo, disclaimer, man. If y'all know my audio is messing up, please say something. Please say something. Cause this is the third time I did this video with people watching. And ain't nobody tell me my audio was acting up both times. So look, let me share this video real quick. Let me share this video. Motherfuckers probably tired of seeing me upload this bitch. Straight up. Motherfuckers probably tired of seeing me upload this bitch. Let me make sure everything works. Can't hear it. Can't hear it. Why is it doing that? Yo, audio is working. Let me see something. Why is this shit not working, y'all? What the fuck is wrong with that? I'm ready to stop fucking with this app. Straight up, this app on some bullshit. There's no excuse for this shit not to be working. Why is this shit not working, y'all?
On a whole nother level. There was a bloody tension.
Why is this shit not working, y'all? Alright, now I got it working, yo. Now it's showtime, yo. God damn. The fuck is wrong with this shit? Alright, we talking about Lor Scoota today. Let me share this video. Gotta get the narrative right because they butchered it. They butchered this whatever they call it documentary is flawed on so many levels. So we gotta get this shit right. A lot of people in my city is upset. It's like my third time watching it. You feel me? Because I done tried to do this shit numerous times. But it need to be done the right way. I'm upset that people allowed me to do a video for hours. And ain't nobody say nothing. Nobody. What type of subscribers I got, man? God damn. I never did that to somebody. Kinda creepy. The reason why this is important in my city, for one, Scooter was loved. A lot of people was upset Scooter got killed. A lot of people was upset. I was upset. I'm probably still upset about it because y'all won't hear the details of how it all played out. It was real unfortunate. It was fucked up. And I think he was probably the only person at that time that really had a chance in the breaking into the hip hop industry and doing it mainstream. So when his death hit, it hit the city hard, man. Like, I'm talking about everybody felt it for days. It was almost like it was unbelievable because how we looked at Scooter, we looked at him like a rapper. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a street nigga, yo, but we all looked at Scooter like he was moving right. You know what I mean? He ain't out here trying to harm nobody. He trying to get to the bag. Like, he really trying to pursue this rap shit. So when he got murdered, it was like, damn, yo, it kind of almost took the hope out the city. You know what I mean? Like, cause Scooter was the hope. And then once he got killed, it's like, damn, even Scooter can't make it out. So that's how we felt at the time. But we ready to get busy.
Of Scooter, I think of a sweet, small, thin kid. So when he hit the stage, that light hit him. He was a totally different animal. It was something in his eyes. It was almost like it was past hunger.
Let me make sure this shit working right.
What happened later? I remember them dragging him out the car, and he had like blood coming out his mouth. And I was just screaming. Police here in Baltimore are used to acts of retaliation.
That's a fact.
This was
Big retaliation going on in Baltimore.
There was a bloody tennis match going back and forth throughout the city. How many people you want?
Now the reason why I keep doing this, y'all, is because this documentary was riddled with inaccuracies. And ain't nobody from my city really on a YouTube but me to speak on this. So I gotta do this to get the record straight. Because a lot of people viewed this either on TV One or watched it on YouTube. And this documentary left people with a fake sense of what really happened. You know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do, yo. We're gonna dispel the fake and give y'all the real and what really happened with Scooter, how it all played out from my point of view, from somebody that was in the streets at the time and heard the rumors and, you know what I mean? And knows some people. You understand?
The saying is, if you're going to seek revenge, make sure you dig two graves.
June 25th, 2016. At 6:57 p.m., police in Baltimore, Maryland respond to an emergency call near Morgan State University.
We received a phone call from our dispatcher notifying that a shooting had taken place at Harford Road and Arabia Road. We responded out to the location. When we got out there were people everywhere.
The crowd is gathered around a gray Honda that has crashed into a liquor store.
Yo, know what Scooter death was like? I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. When Michael Jackson died. Like, yeah, it was that major for the city. Like, if you ask a nigga today or tomorrow that's from Baltimore, where was they at when you heard Scooter got killed? I guarantee you they can tell you. Straight up. That's how hard it hit the city. Niggas remember where they was at. And this was, how many years ago? 2016? This was 7 years ago. I can tell you what I was doing. Straight up, yo. I remember how it all played out, yo. Shit was sad. Like, niggas couldn't believe it. Niggas thought he was going to pull through at first. And then news started circulating. Niggas saying he was dead. Like, damn, yo, nigga really killed Scooter. But let me get back to the video.
Onlookers say the vehicle careened off the road after it was shot at by an unidentified gunman.
The driver's side was literally riddled with bullets.
I think I'm gonna let it play out.
There were a number of bullets.
Get my commentary at the end.
To the roof, out the other side. Speaking with the primary officer, they gave me a breakdown about what took place. An adult male had been shot. Adult male was subsequently transported to Johns Hopkins Hospital. said that this is Scooter. At that time, I had no idea who Scooter was.
Tyrese Trayvon Watson was born on April 13th, 1993. He grew up near Pennsylvania Avenue in West Baltimore, a neighborhood with strong ties to black music history.
Years ago, I'm talking like the 60s, 70s, you had the biggest names come to do concerts on Pennsylvania Avenue. Frank Sinatra, Commodores, this is where everything took place. Because of the influx of drugs that have infiltrated the community, there has been a fall off.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Avenue was legendary, but now Pennsylvania Avenue is basically an open air drug market. Straight up, yo. You go down Pennsylvania Avenue right now and get anything you want down that pit. You feel me? But shit, ain't no secret. The police sit out there and watch the shit. You feel me? But yeah, Pennsylvania Avenue still is legendary. Just not legendary for what it was legendary for back then. I mean, I think it's safe to say Pennsylvania Avenue was still legendary. Straight up. You're not just going to see what's going on down there on just no any block in America. I can bet that.
A few snags along the way. As a teenager, he got mixed up in some illegal activities and briefly lost sight of the big picture. In 2011, at age 17, he was arrested for drug possession. But this turned out to be a blessing in disguise.
Scooter was placed into a program called the Violence Prevention Edition.
In 2014, Scooter's song Bird Flu became the unofficial anthem of Baltimore's West Side.
While it has various meanings, our sports teams, the Orioles and the Ravens, are both birds. So there plays on that as well. So it galvanizes people around it from that aspect.
Everybody here, everybody in the state of Maryland believed in this kid.
Yo, that's true, yo. Like I said, yo, he was the only one at that time that niggas really thought he had a legitimate chance to be big. Not just no rapper. You know what I mean? Not just no anybody. Like really big. Like the Dirks and the, you know, and the King Vons and the NBA Young Boys. Like to that level. If y'all go back and check some of his music out, you'll see what I'm saying. Like Shorty had it. And he was the epitome of Baltimore. He was Baltimore from the style, the way he talked, the way he dressed. You feel me? Like, cause we don't just stab anybody. Like we got a platinum selling artist that's from our city right now, and niggas is not stabbing him, and that's Shorty. You feel me? Platinum selling, but he not Baltimore. You feel me? And his paperwork out on him.
At the least dance to it, you had Diddy shouting them out, you had Meek Mill shouting them out. It was like something the city never seen before.
Yo, before I continue, I'm gonna let this shit run, but I'm gonna tell you what happened with Meek Mill, right? A lot of people was upset with Meek Mill when Scooter died because it's like, all right, you shouted him out, but you had this man in your presence. You could have took him out this shit. So let me tell y'all what happened with Meek Mill's situation. Scooter was hanging with a guy by the name of Shy Money. I think that's his Instagram page. Shiloh 1500 or Shy Money 1500. But yeah, that was Scooter right hand man at the time. And Scooter blamed Shiloh for fucking up his deal because Shiloh tried to holler at Meek Mill girl. You know what I mean? So it kind of fucked the whole relationship up. Not far as like Scooter and Meek being cool because they had the connection through Chano, and I'm gonna talk more about Chano later on in the video. But far as on the business level, that shit kind of killed it. So Scooter fell out with Shiloh behind that. And Shiloh was looking like, man, nigga, fuck, nigga, you my man, nigga, he a rap nigga. And that's how they carried it. But salute to Meek. Because he did the best he can do.
He was a little donated, but he was a man. Like, he would get stuff done. He was really laid back and chill. But when he hit the stage and that light hit him, he was a totally different animal. You could tell that he was in his element. Let's say that.
Scooter and Sneaky T even performed together once.
Okay.
We had a booking together, and it was so Fine. Just imagine you and your significant other are in the same field. Y'all both getting paid to do what y'all like to do, getting big money to do what you like to do. Y'all both coming home with a bag. Y'all both had like it was just that was a great night.
As his reputation grew, Scooter began using his platform to spread a message of nonviolence.
He was one of the few people that you can actually see baby to
Let me say this, y'all, cause Scooter wasn't no goddamn choir boy. Scooter was a street nigga just like the rest of us. Now, I get it for the documentary purpose, but Scooter was a street nigga. He done did things in the streets. Now, he did get killed coming from a like a charity basketball game, a stop the violence rally. You feel me? So that's why they playing on that. But in reality, he was a street nigga. I ain't saying he was out here harming nobody innocently or out here causing no trouble. But he'd get down and dirty if he had to. So this narrative that they try and paint to the people that he was just this saint, no, that ain't it. That ain't it. Scooter done did shit too. He just didn't deserve this.
You know, he took his craft very seriously, spent a lot of time in the studio, and now he's going to peace rallies, trying to give back to the community, trying to tell kids that are coming behind him, you don't have to go that route.
give young fans who wanted to see them do something other than what they normally do. You know, Split wasn't a basketball player, but you can tell he was having fun.
For everyone involved, it was a major success. But less than an hour after the rally ended, tragedy struck.
I just remember, like, being happy that we had another successful event. And then I remember getting a call leaving the gym that Scooter got shot.
Let me tell y'all who he is, right? And I don't want to keep pausing it, but I want to kind of guide y'all through this. That's Stokey. Hey, y'all, close that door for me. That's Stokey. Stokey is YBS Scholar father, for people who know who YBS Scholar is. And Stokey connection to the music industry is through Emery. You know, Jay-Z man, Emery. They was locked up together. That's how Stokey basically got on. His relationship with Emery. They was out Hagerstown. They did a whole bit together. Well, probably not a whole bit, but they did time together and they built a relationship. And when they both came home, they still rocking. So that's how Stokey got the way he is right now. He basically like a not a record exec, but he got people under him. He can sign you. You see what I'm saying? And he is in the music industry. And his son is also YBS Scholar. That's his connection to this whole situation. You know, Scooter was YBS.
As Scooter is rushed to the hospital, Baltimore police begin questioning potential witnesses. One of them immediately stands out.
My attention was really put toward a woman that was crying, very distraught on the side of the road. Come to find out that was Taylor Johnson, the girlfriend of Lor Scoota.
Taylor says she was in the passenger seat when the vehicle crashed, but is too traumatized to remember exactly what happened.
When the police officer got there, I remember him saying, "What's your name? What's your address? What's your date of birth?" And I was like, "I don't know. I literally did not know. I couldn't tell him nothing." He was like, "Oh, can you call somebody? Do you know a number?" And I remember grabbing my phone and dialing. I was calling everybody that was close to me, like, "Come right here."
Now, a lot of people thought that she set it up. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. During that time, and for how Scooter got killed, it was like, dang, how the fuck she ain't get hit? Nigga hit the cops that bad. How she survived? A lot of people thought she had something to do with it, which makes absolutely no sense, because if you're going to drop your location or get somebody put together, why would you be in the car? You know, but a lot of times in these type situations when somebody lose their life, everybody always try and find somebody to blame. You feel me? And she wasn't to blame. But I just wanted to throw that out there just to paint the picture of what was actually going on in the city at this time. Like I said, this shit was crazy.
As friends and family race to the scene, the detective receives devastating news.
He is rushed to the hospital, but despite doctors' greatest efforts,
Of rapper Lor Scoota, shot by an unknown gunman on his way home from a peace rally.
We had about 11 shell casings that were located in the intersection, right at the light. The caliber of gun we discovered was a .40 caliber handgun. There were no shell casings in the vehicle, which leads us to understand that the shooters were clearly on the outside of the vehicle. All the shots were coming in from the driver's side into the vehicle.
His girlfriend, who was sitting right next to him in the passenger seat, left the scene physically unscathed.
I believe in God, and there was nothing but God watching over her.
Yeah, she was lucky as hell, man.
There were bullet holes literally right over top of her head, where her head would have been. Had she moved any other direction, she would have been killed also.
It seems clear Scoota was targeted. The question is why?
It's a major intersection. There are surveillance cameras in that intersection. And I remember them getting me the surveillance video rather quickly.
We were able to get video footage of Scoota and Sneaky T walking out of Morgan State University going toward that car. Shortly thereafter, the Nissan Quest following them as they were traveling down Cold Spring Lane, which turns into Moravia Road. We're able to see the Nissan Quest do an illegal U-turn in the middle of the street and brake fast going after them, going in that direction.
But the individual who got out to do the shooting couldn't make out that person very well from it.
Just after the shooting had taken place, coming into the parking lot, backing out, and then fleeing in the opposite direction.
Yo, people was so devastated when Scooter got killed, yo. I'm talking about devastated. Devastated, yo. And we talking about a city where it's murders every day. But when Scooter got killed, that shit just hit different, y'all.
Still recovering from shock, Scoota's girlfriend, Sneaky T, sits down with police.
It was very hot that day. Well, I remember me getting dressed at home. I had a show that day too. He didn't have a show. I had a show. So we was like, we gonna go to the rally and then chill later to your show. We get to the game and me and my friend go sit in the bleachers. We were just chilling, playing on our phone, taking pictures. They, playing basketball. Nothing weird. It was just a normal day.
When the game ended, Taylor says she and Scoota got back in the car to drive home. But they weren't familiar with the area.
Like, I'm from South and West, and he from West, so we really didn't have a real good sense of direction of where we were going. We used the GPS to get to the
That's probably what got him killed, man. Sometimes that GPS will fuck you over, man.
I feel like I was typing in an address in my GPS or something.
Really not paying attention when you following that GPS.
I remember hearing something loud, like a firework. And we both kind of like ducked. Like, like when you hear something loud, like, what was that?
She ducked down, tried to get as small as she could in the vehicle. Thank God she did.
And I heard another one. And they kept coming. It's like, pop, 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 pop. The first shot, it was like a pop, like a pause with it or something. And then the shots kept going. So I just grabbed the door and just jumped out the car. As I got out the car, I was walking backwards. And I could see the shooter had like something right over his face. But you could tell that he never looked at me when I got out the car. Like never turned or like pointed the gun to me. Like he was determined, like he wanted Scooter. Like he knew what he wanted. And I remember walking like backwards, like crying, like walking backwards, but he was still shooting. Like he didn't stop. Like he was still shooting. And then
How many times that nigga shot? I know Scooter got hit several times.
I knew Scooter was dead because the car started drifting. He couldn't hit the brake. I remember the car crashing and he just like falling to the ground crying. I remember people outside saying like, "That's Sneaky T. That's Sneaky T." And I was just screaming. And then the police.
I'm sure that situation traumatized Shorty.
I just sat there and just looked at the car, screaming until the police came. And I remember them dragging him out the car.
It was a video of that circulating through the city. You could tell he was done.
He had blood coming out his mouth, and I was just crying. I was like, is he gonna live? Is he gonna live? Asking the officer, like, is he gonna live? Is he gonna live? And they said, we just gonna get him to the hospital. I heard him get to the hospital. We gonna see. I just knew it wasn't good.
Unfortunately, Sneaky T has no idea who the shooter was or why he went after Scoota.
That shit probably happened so fast, she probably ain't even really don't even remember it. Like, as far as the nigga face.
The streets are talking, and we need those streets to talk to us.
That's the thing about Baltimore.
One thing about the streets always gonna know. And I keep my ear to them motherfuckers.
Give you another chance. And they rallied around this particular murder because he was relatable, and they saw him as somebody who had survived the odds and was doing the right thing.
Man, Scooter was the hope. I'm telling y'all, like that's I like how he described it, but yeah, he was the hope. And when he got killed, it was like the hope is gone. Like what now? Like, is we ever gonna get a man? Is anybody ever gonna make it out of this city rapping? Straight up, yo, because before Scooter, it haven't been any. Like, we ain't never had Baltimore ain't never had no mainstream rapper. You know, we had Drew Hill, but that's a singing group. They don't represent Baltimore like Scooter represents Baltimore, like YGG Tay or YG Tech represents Baltimore now.
I think it was just this, we can't believe it.
Like, I represent Baltimore.
Right away, the Baltimore police received a record-breaking number of tips.
Scooter's murder woke the city up.
I had seen more than 300 plus murders in that year, basically. And all the murders that
2016 was a rough year, man. My brother, my aunt, and my cousin got murdered in 2016.
The tips that were coming in ranged from
All in the same house.
possibly set him up to listen to the lyrics of this person rapping.
they wanted to provide things like links to different social media, links to other rappers who had song lyrics that could target Lor Scoota.
A lot of times in the hip hop game, and we've seen this years. I mean, I grew up with East Coast, West Coast. Maybe two.
Yo, what are you doing? Don't come around here. You can have some. Go ahead.
Get a little rough.
Pass me one on.
And if one group is being played,
Don't come around here, yo. Don't come around here.
sometimes it doesn't stick.
You on the line?
Yeah, I'm trying to finish that video I did yesterday. Twice.
In the days following the
Wait, what get to the song?
rapper Lor Scoota,
There's only 2 of them in there?
Yeah.
hundreds of tips from the
I wanted 3.
most are
I was just half of one.
I'll give them half one.
a confidential informant working for police provides them with a name.
The informant reached out to their handlers and immediately told them exactly who was responsible for the shooting. Cortez Mitchell.
Now look, right? Y'all see this picture? So, it was another picture floating around of Cortez. Like, this the first time, well, when I seen this video, that I actually seen his face. But I seen a picture of his face after what happened to him. And that shit is terrible. I'm talking about whole face exploded. Somebody actually took a picture of it. And it got passed around the city. It was terrible. I ain't know that's what he looked like, though. Because in that picture, you couldn't even make out a face.
Cortez Mitchell is a 22-year-old resident of Glen Burnie, Maryland, a suburb of Baltimore.
Our informant was able to tell us right away that not only did Cortez Mitchell shoot and kill Scooter, he told him where the gun was,
That's crazy, boy. Them informants and nothing to play around with.
And the gun was located
That shit can
exactly
be your right hand man.
Cortez Mitchell had advised the informant where it was going to be.
Now they got that gun up Park Heights in this neighborhood called the Jenks. I remember when they found the gun, and I ain't know the guy who got caught with it, but other people knew him and was like, man, ain't no way he did that. Like they ain't even, you know what I mean? He ain't do that. So niggas knew that. Yeah, they got the gun, but niggas knew he wanted to shoot him on the rip.
Detectives only have the informant's word.
Forgot nigga name.
Belonged to Mitchell. It was the one used to kill Scoota.
Just because an informant says something, we don't go and lock someone up right away. We still have to do an investigation.
You want to send that gun to the lab. You want to match up ballistics. You want to get DNA or fingerprints. Unfortunately, some of these things take time, even if you get it rushed. This is a city
What up,
now
man?
that is on pace for 1,000 shootings and murders every year. 1,000. So that's how much evidence is backlogged. That's how much evidence is being processed on a regular basis.
From this point in time, we want to look into Cortez Mitchell, get all of his background, learn about Cortez Mitchell.
While investigators wait for lab results, they talk to everyone they can find with information about Mitchell and any possible motive he might have had for killing Scoota. Word has it that Mitchell belongs to a rap crew known as the Young Go-Getters.
Cortez Mitchell is affiliated with YGG, Young Go-Getters, the opposite of YBS, Young Ball of Shining, which is where...
Hey, that's a lie.
Once
That's a lie, y'all.
we say, okay,
Now, this the part my city really wanted me to correct. I don't know why TV1 decided to throw that in there, but that is 100% falsehood. They tried to paint this narrative that Scooter got killed because of a beef with YGG Tech. But that's not what happened. So let me give y'all a little backstory of why are they doing this. Scooter and YGG Tech had a fight. There was a video of it. It's probably on Facebook. People look it up. And just fighting over a chick. Chick named Marilyn Rivers. Y'all can look up on Instagram. Bad little chick. But that beef got squashed quickly. I'm talking about quickly. If you go to YBS Scholar page or YGG Tay page, they did a song together right after the fight. Probably like 2 weeks later. Just, you know, like to squash the little thing they had going on. But it never really was no beef like they trying to depict in this video. You know what I mean? Like, they probably just did it because it's good content. But that's irresponsible and dangerous. You see what I'm saying? To put that on them when they ain't have nothing to do with this shit. Now, I'm going to detail the beef a little further along in the video. Let y'all know who it really was about. Or with the beef. Or who the beef was with. But it wasn't YGG. It wasn't no YGG and YBS beef. No, that's a fucking lie. And I don't know why they did that. Y'all need to be sued. YGT locked up right now facing charges. Alright, how y'all gonna put some shit out like that?
YBS is from West Baltimore. YGG is from East Baltimore.
It's another goddamn lie. It's another lie. YGG is not it's not no gang for real. It's a group of niggas from different areas of the city that hang together. But they're based out of Sandtown. Not too far from where Scooter is from, Pennsylvania Avenue. You understand what I'm saying? But like I say, YGG have nothing to do with YBS Scholar getting killed. Absolutely nothing. One of my peoples watched this shit and say he didn't even know these guys that they talking about. Cortez or the other dude that they're gonna talk about later on in the video. But none of them niggas know motherfucking YGG.
Scooter's entertainment group
They had one fight over a girl, y'all. That's it, and that's all.
That's a Baltimore thing. Don't ask me why. It just is what it is. Very small.
And there ain't no such thing. There's no East Baltimore beef versus West Baltimore. I ain't never in my life seen the whole East Baltimore beef from West Baltimore in my fucking life. Baltimore can't even stick together like that. The carry no beef like that going. Hell no. Niggas is individuals. Ain't nobody sticking together on no side. That should have never happened. Straight up. Like I said, but maybe, it's good. It's good video. So that's why they did it. But it was still irresponsible, and it was a lie. I be wondering now after saying this, how many other documentaries they do this too when they add things in there. They could have just ran with the normal story. Just tell the truth. It's shit. A lot of these shootings happen. You know what I mean? It definitely was payback. Like it fits the title. Cycle of violence. That is true. But they didn't have to add this YGG element into it. No, they ain't had to do that. They'd have been fine without it.
Small, tight-knit communities that stick together.
You won't be able to tell if you're from out of town, but if you're from Baltimore, you can tell if someone's from East Baltimore or people from West Baltimore.
That's a fact.
West Baltimore is known for young, fly, flash. West Baltimore is like where the fly guys at, where the fly girls at, getting money guys, getting money girls.
I don't want to portray it as a gang situation. I refuse to do that. That's not that.
So East Baltimore, cause they ain't really East Baltimore more gritty, grimy. I mean, dirty. I mean, we got some fucked up spots over West too, but East Baltimore, you might ride down a block and all the houses is vacant. They might got one functional house in the middle of 10 vacants, 10 abandoned houses. West Baltimore got some blocks like that too, but you see way more of that over East. So I would say East Baltimore, as far as the looks of it, is more impoverished. I mean, and it's a little bit more gritty, a little bit more grimy. You know what I mean? Like they ain't got the same hustle that niggas over West got. That's really the only difference. But there ain't never been no beef.
But there's a lot of stuff that can go along with this history of East, West, redlining, and the black community is something that's very serious.
Scooter, rep YBS to literally the day he died. He loved his guys and he loved his crew.
He was loyal to a cause that he thought would change his life and the guys around him. And he was hopeful that Scooter could take the YBS brand to that level.
Some wonder if the beef between the crews is what got Scooter killed.
And I don't really think it was about him. I think it was about who he was associated with. It was a plan to get rid of the team. And what better way to hurt you is take the top dog.
Early in their investigation, Baltimore police have identified 22-year-old Cortez Mitchell as a potential suspect in the murder of local rap star Lor Scoota. Since the two men belong to rival crews, detectives believe it's possible Scooter was killed to send a message.
A lot of times, associates might do something that might lead to the person being killed. We were looking for other shootings that may have taken place and see if there was any connections with Scooter's case. That's when we found out about the Devontae Robinson case.
Police reports show that 24-year-old Devontae Robinson was shot in West Baltimore at approximately 1 p.m. on June 25th, only a few hours before Scooter was killed.
Now, according to witnesses of that shooting, Robinson was walking on the street when another man opened fire from a black SUV. Despite being shot 3 times, Robinson survived the shooting.
What we come to find out is that Devontae was loosely associated with the rap group YGG, Young Go-Getters.
Y'all see how they did that? 10 minutes ago, they basically just blamed YGG for this whole beef. Now they saying this guy is loosely associated, which means he's not associated at all. You know what I mean? Just wanted to throw that out there. Gotta pay attention to wordplay.
That's Cortez Mitchell's crew.
And that's a lie.
Robinson's shooter wasn't identified.
Should never lie.
If one of Scoota's associates shot Robinson, it might explain why Scoota was killed.
Who was his homeboy? That's one of the things that we look for. Like, who's your main man? Who's your ride or die that's gonna be with you everywhere you go?
The person who best fits that description is 23-year-old Fred Catchings, a West Baltimore native and Scoota's childhood friend.
Catchings happens to be a close friend of Scooter and the YBS crew.
Had Catchings shot Debunking Robinson? Police learned Catchings was at Scoota's side in the hours before Scoota was killed.
What we come to find out is that Scooter was with Fred Catchings at the basketball game.
Catchings ended up leaving the game prior to Sneaky T and Scoota. Given the violence that followed, it's possible he was trying to avoid being ambushed by Robinson's crew. Instead, he might have gotten his friend killed.
That's exactly what happened. So let me paint this picture for y'all because this is important. Fred did some wild loose shit earlier that day. You know what I mean? And mind you, Fred been locked up the whole time while Scooter was on his rise. You know what I mean? He was locked up. Fred comes home. Not even home that long. Couple months. Ends up getting this man killed. The whole time Fred locked up, Scooter is talking about free Fred, shouting him out on every song. Just for Fred to do some loose shit and get his man killed in the process. Now, what happened was, it looked like to me, this is me speculating from being in the streets, they knew that Fred was at that game as well. They came up that game looking for Fred. They wasn't looking for Scooter like they're trying to portray in this documentary. They came up there looking for Fred, seen Scooter, and thought, you know what, shit, that's even better. Even though it was fucked up, because Scooter was innocent, he had nothing to do with this shit. But the streets in 2016, and that's currently still how the streets is. Niggas will get somebody close to you. Wasn't really like that when I was growing up, but that's what it is now. The streets took a turn for the worse, and yeah, that's what happened with Scooter. And Fred is definitely to blame for doing some loose shit. And let me say this too, because I made this mistake before. When you doing things in the streets like how Fred was moving, like I get niggas don't want to tell on themselves. You know, you don't really want too many people in your business. But that is very dangerous to the people around you. I made that mistake before, man. I almost got my homeboys in some fucked up situations because we had did some shit and ain't tell nobody. So now when the blowback is coming, everybody looking like, yo, we don't even know what the fuck going on. What happened? Niggas jumping out. Nobody knew what happened because we didn't tell nobody. So it's a catch-22. So my advice is, if that's how you moving, yo, stay by yourself, yo. Don't get other people caught up in your bullshit, yo. You feel me? Because you see what can happen.
As investigators begin the search for Fred Catchings, countless mourners from the west side gather to lay Scoota to rest.
Everybody was there. I mean, he had a line all the way down the street. It was beautiful.
Shy Glizzy was there. Meek Mill was there.
He looked like he was there asleep. But it was just hurtful.
Couple people was there.
Brother landing like that. It was just unbelievable this kid was gone.
There was hope that the remaining members of YBS would choose to follow Scoota's path of nonviolence and end this cycle of payback for good.
That wasn't happening. I can tell you that out the rip. That wasn't happening. Niggas was hot when Scooter got killed. He was the bag. You can't kill a bag and get away with it. Niggas know that.
While on Earth in his short 23 years of living, and now it was incumbent upon them to take up that mantle. You know, don't let this derail you. Don't let this take you off your mark. Stay in the trenches and let's finish the work that Scoota was doing his best to do in his beloved city.
5 days later, the community is dealt another blow.
Scooter's manager, Trayvon Lee, is gunned down. And he dies from 2 gunshot wounds to the chest
All right, so before they continue with this, right? I'm gonna take y'all back before Scooter got killed. Like I told y'all, I was gonna talk about Chino. Chino rides for Meek Mills. He ride dirt bikes. I think he got a sponsorship with Monster. For the people that I don't know what his Instagram name is, but you probably can find him under Chino Meek Mills. Them niggas take all pictures together. You feel me? Chino got shot the same exact way. Coming out of his mother house, got shot in the head. Now Chino survived. So after Scooter gets killed, I'm sure it was some things that happened in between then, which made them come back and kill Trues. Basically the same way that True's brother, Chino, got shot in front of their mother house up there by White Lot. I'm sure they moved now after this situation, but they stayed there even after Chino got shot. And you know how old folks is, man. They don't be trying to move. They Baltimore residents. You know what I mean? So I get it. But that's what happened. Chino got shot first. I don't know if it was all tied in together. You see what I'm saying? But it was strange to see Chino get shot probably 2-3 months before Scooter. You feel me? Now they're not tying it together in this video, but I just wanted to give y'all that backstory to say this might have started way before Scooter, or at least a couple months.
The outside looking in, it is abundantly clear that someone is working very hard to pick off individuals from.
That's what it looked like too at the time. Like, man, they trying to get all them niggas.
30 a.m., 3 other young men were ambushed by another unidentified shooter. It is unclear whether the shootings are related, but the violence in Baltimore is clearly escalating.
Police here in Baltimore are used to acts of retaliation.
Most Baltimore killers is off retaliation. That's what I be telling y'all a lot of times. Like in my city, yo, we don't really kill innocent people. Like that shit happens like this. This is a rare situation. But for the most part, niggas that's getting killed is niggas that's doing shit, man. Like that's really the reality now. It is instances where innocent people get shot and robberies turn to murders, but for the most part, it's retaliatory shootings. You kill him, I kill yo, and the cycle continues. That's normally how it goes in Baltimore, yo. Like niggas ain't just crashing out on no goofy shit. Even though killing needs to stop because it's hurting our community, but that's what's going on, and that's majority of times that's what it's about, retaliation.
On a whole nother level.
The trail of violence begins to go back and forth. It was a bloody tennis match going back and forth throughout the city.
This city is definitely an eye for an eye. If you do something to somebody, your family member, somebody's gonna get you better.
That's a fact.
Desperate to stop the violence, Baltimore police hold a press conference on July 7th.
You can't allow street justice to take place because it's only leaving family without their loved one.
A lot of people sit here and think, oh, you cut me, I cut you. You shoot me, I shoot you. But where do it end? How many people you gonna hurt?
I'm gonna tell y'all where it ended at. And this is how it normally goes in every city. When you got these situations where it's just people getting murdered back and forth. Normally, drugs go with murders, and people that's doing these killings also, especially when at this type of level where it's, ping pong, also sell drugs. So what happens is when they can't solve these murders, and this is what happened in this case, they came down with indictments. You feel me? So they painting this out to be an East Baltimore versus West Baltimore beef, but this really was a West Baltimore versus West Baltimore thing. You had niggas down Sandtown was basically beefing with some niggas up the village, but it started with Scooter. Scooter is from almost pretty much the Sandtown area as well. You feel me? But YBS is a mixture between Pennsylvania Avenue, where Scooter is from, and Emerson Village, Emerson and Loudon, where YBS School is from. So what happened was, it was a back and forth between the village and the Sandtown, the projects. You see what I mean? But they end up indicting both parties, locked them up, and that's how they ended this war. And that's how they do statewide. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, I tell y'all, they'll let you sell drugs. But once the murders start coming, man, them indictments is right around the corner. I promise you.
How many people gotta suffer for it to end?
This payback mentality is killing off so much talent. And you're taking food out of kids' mouths because now this parent is gone. It supplied food for all these families. It makes no sense to me.
It's sickening. It's heartbreaking. Everyone wants to get the last word. They don't want the police to be involved in it. They want to handle it themselves.
It's a disease that has to be stopped.
The murder of Baltimore rapper Lor Scoota has turned into an all-out war.
That was a war.
Investigators are doing everything they can to put a stop to it. So far, they've been unable to locate the man suspected of instigating the cycle of violence with an earlier shooting, Scoota's friend, Fred Catchings. But on July 8th, police catch a break when he's pulled over during a traffic stop.
During that car stop, a gun is recovered. Catchings is placed under arrest, and that gun is linked to the shooting of Devontae Robinson, which took place just hours.
Yo, shot somebody and kept a gun. That was stupid as hell.
Fred was brought into our homicide office. I stepped in on the interview at that time, going back and forth. Fred began to open up about what took place with Devontae Robinson.
When confronted with the ballistics evidence and surveillance video, Catchings admits to shooting Robinson. He says he believed that Robinson was hired to shoot him, so he'd like to shoot him first.
This
Fred brother also locked up too.
to everything taking place. at
He shot. He got locked up for 2 murders
Member of YGG, Devontae Robinson. YGG comes back to shoot
during around the same time when all this was going on. I think that shit happened in like April of 2016, before Scooter got killed.
Scoota was Robinson's friend, YGG member Cortez Mitchell.
Fred Catchings says that while Devontae Robinson was in the hospital recovering from the initial shooting, his friend Cortez Mitchell hit the street looking for revenge. Retaliation needed to be felt. When they found out Scooter was at a public event that day, the peace rally, they wanted to hit him where they knew it would hurt.
It's not what happened, y'all. Like I told y'all, Fred was there as well. They went there looking for Fred and got Scooter instead. I mean, everybody knew about the rally. It was flyers all over the city, so niggas knew where they was gonna be at. And since Fred was Scooter right hand man, it was a good chance that Fred was gonna be at that game, which he was. But when it all went down, it happened to be Scooter that, you know what I mean, took the fall.
What we come to find out is that the shooting of Scooter was in retaliation for what Fred had done to Devontae earlier that day. Payback, 100%.
And I was like, damn, that's kind of messed up.
It came right back in the
It hurt my
bucks.
feelings even more knowing Scooter wasn't the person or involved in whatever happened earlier that day. I had no idea about nothing, and I could have died with something I had nothing to do with.
Investigators charged Catchings with murder and turned their focus to Mitchell. When the crime
They
lab
charged him with
found
2
the
temp
gun
murders.
recovered after Scoota's shooting, they confirmed it was the murder weapon. Unfortunately, there's no way to prove Mitchell pulled the trigger.
Okay, we've heard that Cortez Mitchell did this. We've matched the ballistics. That still doesn't say Cortez Mitchell did it.
No prints recovered from the gun. But fingerprints are very fragile. They aren't always there. Building a case, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
And I think this is a part of a frustration for the public. It's like they say, y'all know who did it. But investigators get one bite at the apple because of double jeopardy. Just because you know.
Let me explain this to y'all too. double jeopardy only occurs, because this is how they got me. I told you I got locked up in '05 and it came back in '06. They can lock you back up as long as you don't get indicted first. So basically what happened is, if you never get indicted, say they lock you up and you go to your preliminary, but they never indict you, they can then come back however long later, especially on charges like murder, and charge you again. And that will not fall under double jeopardy. The only time it will fall under double jeopardy is if you have been indicted, or if you got found not guilty and they try to come back, which in that case they would never do. But what he just said was kind of misleading. They can come back if you never been indicted, which means you never been formally charged. You just was being held. You know what I mean? Which should be illegal, but they did it to me. I'm living proof that they can come back and lock you up for the same charge. But my bad. Let me say this real quick. The only thing is, the next time they come back, you're going to be already indicted. You know what I mean? They can't come back and hold you again. They're going to come back with an indictment, and then you're going to go straight to trial.
Beyond a reasonable doubt when you take it in court. And if you don't have it, you can't bring those charges.
As they work to develop more evidence, detectives fear the violence will continue.
Street justice doesn't operate on probable cause or beyond a reasonable doubt.
The streets don't need the same amount of evidence to bring someone to trial. You said he did it. I know he did it. We're going to take care of it ourselves.
On October 10th, 2016, those fears are realized.
Before investigators can make a move to arrest Mitchell, gunfire erupts in West Baltimore once again. Cortez Mitchell and Devontae Robertson were together in a vehicle stopped at a red light when an unknown gunman opened fire, killing Mitchell and wounding Robinson once again.
Cortez Mitchell was shot and killed. Literally the exact same way that Scooter was shot and killed. In a vehicle at a stop. The saying is, if you're going to seek revenge, make sure you dig 2 graves. This is a prime example.
Got killed the same way. Like I told y'all, it was a picture circulating of his face. That shit was blown off. It was blown off. It was a terrible picture.
Was the only suspect in the murder of Scoota. His death ends the investigation, although plenty of questions remain.
Bringing this case to a close was bittersweet. It was, yes, we wanted to get the person involved in the murder of Scooter. No, we didn't want anyone else to die in the process.
Man, they left that boy out for dead, man. They knew that boy wasn't going to survive, man. If they really cared, they'd have took him off the streets. They knew goddamn well he wasn't going to get away with that.
I'm guilty because I did it, or the judge or jury says you're guilty because the evidence says so.
For the community, it's not enough. They want someone to be held accountable, not only for Scoota, but to send the message that continued violence won't be tolerated.
With the Scooter suspected killer now murdered, prosecutors push forward to try Fred Catchings for the initial shooting that allegedly spawned this cycle of payback.
But the violence is far from over. More than a year has passed since the string of shootings that claimed the lives of multiple men, including Baltimore rapper Lor Scoota. And the city is still reeling.
Scooter has so much potential.
He did, man.
Hey, kids like literally passing out. Like
Kids love Scooter, man. Shit was sad, man. Major blow for the city.
And he loves Scooter. Losing him, it's like everybody lost someone.
That's true.
It's a tragedy worse
That's
than
true.
the fact that the man
It's still people upset Scooter dead, man.
was
I'm one of
his
them.
oldest friends, Fred Catchings.
I didn't know Fred as well as I knew Scooter. From what they said, he was in the streets and he was about his business, but I didn't see that in Scooter. Scooter stood for what he stood for, and if he had an issue, I'm pretty sure not just outright just trying to hurt somebody.
Regardless of what you end up doing, you have to watch your circles. And even when you might be making it, it might be some people that still are trapped in that world and lost in that world. They can bring you down.
That's
They're
real.
not ready to get out.
Definitely gotta watch the company you keep, man.
Fred Catchings decides to make a deal with prosecutors.
Catchings initially pleads not guilty to charges of attempted murder, but with the evidence and his own admission, he ultimately pleads guilty to 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder and the use of a handgun.
In August 2017, Fred Catchings is sentenced to 32 years in prison. But the cycle of violence doesn't end. In 2019, his intended victim, Devontae Robinson, is targeted by someone else.
Devontae Robinson,
Yeah, like this beef went on for years, man, before they indicted them boys.
literally in the exact same way that Cortez Mitchell was shot and killed and Scooter was shot and killed. And we're still looking for the persons responsible for that.
The murders of Devontae Robinson, Cortez Mitchell, and Scooter's manager, Trayvon Lee, remain unsolved.
It's not the closure anyone was looking
Niggas
for.
probably all dead.
Those who remember Lor Scoota will always find inspiration in his life and his music.
There are certain preludes in life that leads to success. Whether it be a better education, a good job. Scooter felt a future in his talent as a rapper.
I can't see the comments, y'all. People wondering why I ain't replying.
Story because he came from a struggle and survived some things and was trying to do the right thing and show young people the right thing.
I think he's seen what the other side looked like. I think he felt it. He could smell it. And for him not to be able to complete that task, was unfortunate.
It was
Not
sad,
only
man.
the complexity of that situation, but the entire culture of Baltimore, young men and women.
One thing I will say to up-and-coming artists, the children that look up to artists like Scooter,
Them little kids thought Scooter was rich.
it's not glorious about starving and selling drugs and killing one another. That's not glorious. What's glorious is being victorious and coming out of it and giving back to your community and getting us all out of that situation. People don't realize when you take a life, you don't just take that life. You take so many other people around that level.
That's true.
When you're that close to a person, not thinking about money and fame and all that, hurt is hurt. You can't skip past that. You're gonna lose money, you can get it back. You cannot get back that person that you lost.
I had stopped doing music for a while after that happened. I feel like I'm kind of letting
Sneaky T nice too on a female tip. She got a lot of videos on YouTube
not really
for the
focus on
ladies.
music how I should. I kind of got discouraged a little bit. He was my motivation. I miss him.
All right. My final analysis. That was a pretty decent documentary. I think they could have went without the lies. I mean, and a lot of people was wondering, like, since Sneaky T and the police commissioner and Stokey was involved in the project, why was they able to tell these lies? And that's because they answering questions, but the editors and the people that put the video together put it together how they wanted to put it together. So we don't even know if those answers was actually to the questions that they spoke on during the video. You understand what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way Stokey was going to get on here and say that was an East Baltimore versus West Baltimore beef. Now, they probably asked him a question about East Baltimore, West Baltimore, and then he answered it, and then they put it into what they was talking about. You understand? So we can't blame them for the documentary getting it wrong. That's all on the editors and the producers and the people that put the work in on the back, put the work in the background. You know what I mean? That's all on them. We can't blame them people that was involved. You feel me? But overall, I think it was a cool documentary, yo, and it was a tragic situation, yo. What happened with Scooter, man? Tragic, yo. A lot of people was upset. A lot of people was hurt. You feel me? I think people are still upset and hurt because it's like, damn, what could have been? Because he had it. That boy, he had it, man. He just ain't get a chance to show it to the world. You know what I mean? But that's my take on it, y'all. I had to do this shit for my city because, like I said, a lot of people was upset. I was getting phone calls after phone calls like, oh, you gotta speak on this. They lying. This shit gonna cause a beef. And that's true. What they did was very irresponsible, yo. So I had to get the record straight. This wasn't no East Baltimore versus West Baltimore beef. It wasn't. It wasn't no YGG Tay or YBS versus Y. It wasn't that. Like I said, those guys did have a little altercation, only a fist fight, and it was over the chick Marilyn Rivers. It didn't go no further than that at all. You know what I mean? But that's it, yo. Subscribe to the channel. Just keep it G News. Doing a reaction. I probably got some more content coming out later, but right now I am fucking tired. And I'm out.